Welcome to a journey back in time as we unravel the story of World War I, also known as the Great War. It was a conflict that reshaped history, involving over 30 countries and affecting millions worldwide. Today, we explore the events, causes, and impact of a war that began over a century ago. World War I lasted from 1914 to 1918, and it is estimated that over 65 million soldiers were mobilized during this period. The war resulted in approximately 20 million deaths and another 21 million wounded, making it one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. The war was sparked by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary on June 28, 1914. He was killed in Sarajevo by Gavrilo Princip, a member of a Serbian nationalist group. This single event ignited a chain reaction. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, pulling in allied nations through a system of treaties and alliances. On one side were the allied powers, including Britain, France, and Russia. On the other side stood the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and later the Ottoman Empire. But the causes of the war ran much deeper. Militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism had been brewing for decades. Europe had become a powder keg, and the assassination was merely the spark that set it off. One of the defining features of World War I was trench warfare. Soldiers dug intricate networks of trenches, stretching over 25,000 miles along the Western Front. These trenches were muddy, cramped, and dangerous, exposing soldiers to harsh conditions and relentless enemy fire. A famous example is the Battle of the Somme, fought in 1916. Over 1 million soldiers were wounded or killed, making it one of the bloodiest battles in history. British forces alone suffered 57,000 casualties on the first day. The war also saw the introduction of new technologies, including machine guns, tanks, and poison gas. These advancements made the conflict more devastating and deadly. Another infamous battle was the Gallipoli campaign, where the Allied forces attempted to seize control of the Dardanelles Strait from the Ottoman Empire. This campaign saw over 500,000 casualties and became a defining moment in the national histories of countries like Australia and New Zealand. The war wasn't limited to Europe. It spanned continents, with battles fought in Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Colonies were drawn into the conflict, providing both manpower and resources. In 1917, a pivotal moment occurred. The United States entered the war. The sinking of the Lusitania by a German U-boat and the interception of the Zimmermann telegram pushed the US to join the Allies, tipping the balance of power. By 1918, the Central Powers were weakening. Germany faced internal unrest, food shortages, and economic collapse. On November 11, 1918, an armistice was signed, bringing the fighting to an end. The war officially concluded with the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. It imposed heavy reparations on Germany, redrew national boundaries, and created the League of Nations to promote peace. However, the treaty sowed the seeds for future conflict. The harsh terms and economic strain contributed to the rise of extremism in Germany, leading to World War II just 2 decades later. The war had profound effects on the home front as well. Women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers, taking on roles traditionally held by men. This shift would become a significant step toward women's suffrage in many countries. World War I also left a lasting impact on society and culture. It inspired literature, art, and poetry, with works like Wilfred Owen's Dulce et Decorum Est and Erich Maria Remarque's novel All Quiet on the Western Front, capturing the horrors of war. Advances in medicine during the war, such as the widespread use of antiseptics and blood transfusions, laid the groundwork for modern medical practices. The war reshaped geopolitics, leading to the fall of empires such as the Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, and Russian empires. It also marked the emergence of the United States as a global power. Today we remember World War I not only for its tragedies, but also for the lessons it taught us about the consequences of unchecked nationalism, militarism, and alliances. The war reminds us of the cost of conflict and the importance of striving for peace in a divided world. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of World War I, the complete story. We hope you found this journey informative and thought-provoking. Stay tuned for more deep dives into history.